Alright guys, let's get straight into it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little tired here. Just gonna be honest. But it is what it is. Alright, let's look at this here. Alright. Currently, let's see what trades I'm in right now. Currently, I'm in gold still. Currently, I'm up almost $12,000. $12,000 on gold. So I'm up about $12,000. And I already took another 10K. So I'm about 22K the last 5 weeks. Not bad. And that's just me barely trying. Let's go over in depth now. Let's break down some of the trades here. What I'm looking at for the week. What we're looking at this week. And what's going to be happening here. So let's go over this. Better now, which is great. So I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling way better compared to how I was before, guys. I was dying before. I'm not gonna lie, I was literally super sick and I was not feeling good at all. Now I'm feeling way better. All right, so let's go over this in depth now. Let's break this down and let's get it rocking. First things first, let's go over the news this week. I've been sick for like a week, man. Okay, so nothing going on Monday. Not really Tuesday. Government shutdowns creating some hysteria, which is pushing gold up. Really good for us, to be honest. Even better for us. FOMC meeting in minutes is going to be huge this Tuesday. This right here is big news. Very big news. Meeting in minutes for me, I would say, is probably one of the biggest movements, biggest things that'll move markets here. And if we get a little bit of a better detail or idea of whether or not the Fed's going to be more hawkish or dovish. My belief is that they're going to probably most likely cut rates here because the job market's doing really, really bad. We didn't get an NFP report last week, so I'm not really sure what happens if we got no NFP report. Let me look that up. I'm not sure what ends up happening in a government shutdown. Hold on. With a government shutdown, I gotta really ask chat, like, what's gonna happen with a government shutdown? Will we get news reports? Like, I'm actually genuinely curious here because I don't know with a government shutdown if we're gonna get any type of news reports. I gotta stop scratching here, guys. I really gotta stop scratching. It's like me talking to like my 5-year-old self. I gotta stop scratching. No, great. Let's find out. Let's find out what's gonna happen because obviously this week is gonna be crazy. The U.S. federal government shut down when Congress fails to pass funding. Of course, we know that. Many federal agencies produce statistics, reports, data. They tend to slow down during a shutdown. Some of those agencies may halt regular reporting altogether. Communication, press offices, public affairs, federal agencies may be limited to operations. Fewer official briefings. Research and grant announcements may suspend new grants. Some federal field services, okay, may be disrupted. Okay. Will we get... Okay, I need to know if we're going to get data. That's the most important part. Because what if this doesn't even happen because of a federal shutdown? That's like FOMC. Will we get that? And if not, I would just say, guys, we're going to continue to keep buying gold because that is fucking scary. If we don't have any data to rule off of markets, it's very scary. Okay? Oh, shit. So we're not going to get employment. So non-farm, inflation, CPI, PCE is not going to be reported. GDP is not reported. Retail sales and consumer spending is not reported. All this dictates markets overall. That is not good. That would be bearish for SPX, I would say long term. If we don't have this government shutdown here, uplifted, that's bearish. And that's very much bullish for gold. I'm probably holding my positions. Wow, this is crazy. Okay, so the government shutdown. Okay. Forex markets react strongly to macroeconomics. Okay, let's look at this here. And you're looking at Dixie starting to run here. This is crazy. Okay, so we're going to mark this up, guys. I'm just reading this. Okay. Forex markets react strongly to macroeconomic indicators like employment, inflation, GDP, retail, industry, trade, central bank signals. When those releases are missed, delayed, okay, markets have less information for price expectations. Okay? Because the government shut down, okay, they have suspended or delayed to release certain key data. For example, the job report, okay, the NFP, was withheld. Some inflation data releases are also at risk being delayed. ADP payroll is also potentially going to be delayed. This is going to bring a lot of volatility. What kind of Forex news will still come through? Central bank announcements. Okay, so central bank like FOMC should be coming. This should still happen on Wednesday. Political developments, global data. Okay, likely implications. Okay, so we might still get FOMC this Wednesday, which is good. Unemployment claims. Will we get unemployment claims here? This is what I gotta ask. And we might get NFP this week. Hold on. Are we still in shutdown right now? Okay. We are still in government shutdown right now. For how long? Hold on. I know the last government shutdown was in 2018. I want to look at something here specifically. I want to see what happened to Dixie and what happened to gold. Last government shutdown. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, December 2018. Here we are. This was last government shutdown. December 22nd, 2018. You see what happened to Dixie? And lasted till January 25th, 2019. A total of 35 days. Dixie had what, a drop dramatically? What sentiment? About 3%. What sentiment were we in is my question. That was the longest in U.S. history. Overfunding. Okay. Let me look at something else here real quick, guys. Let's look at last government shutdown. Let's go to 2018 here. Very, very important. Oh, shit. Okay. Last government shutdown was December 22nd, 2018. Interesting. The day before the government shutdown and lasted until January 25th, 2019. So this was actually historically bullish. The last shutdown was bullish for markets. What sentiment were we in? I'm genuinely curious here. I need to know this stuff, guys, because in case we're in shutdown for longer than I'm expecting, that it's key. Okay, was a risk-off year for global markets, meaning traders were pulling money out of riskier assets. Okay, so we were in a little bit of a recession. That's why. 2018 was a little bit of a recession. It was bearish. We were very, what sentiment were we in? Were we dovish? Raised interest rates 4 times in 2018. Trying to cool off the market. Okay, so there was a massive equity sell-off. Government shutdown adding another sign of dysfunction, reducing confidence. Okay. We were coming towards the end of the year, that's why. Okay, this was basically our little mini recession that happened in 2018. It was near the end of our little 2018 recession. So that's why we're in a different market conditions. Okay, this condition here when markets were going down on the last government shutdown in 2018 is a lot different than today's shutdown. 2018 was a dovish year, which means we were hiking rates in monetary policy. That means that the government was hiking rates. This year, 2025, we're cutting rates. Okay, we're cutting rates. So it's a bullish year. This is a bearish year. This is a bullish year. So it's going to do the opposite for us. If for this, it was bearish, it was actually bullish for markets because it was at the end of the year and we were beginning the new year, right? January is usually very, very bullish. So my expectations here is the government shutdown is going to be bearish for us. Okay, because this right here is probably most likely an inflation-fearing sentiment. We're in a recession-fearing one. So my assumption here, because of that, I could only assume, this is just my assumption, guys, this is the way that I'm playing it off. Okay, I'm playing it off that as long as we're in shutdown, markets are bearish here. Markets are not bullish. Markets are bearish here as long as we're in shutdown here. How long do I believe we're going to be in shutdown? Not too long. Okay, this is, if anything, this is going to bring a little bit of a pullback here. So we're probably not bearish, but we're going to be doing a small pullbacks here, right? Probably up to this zone here, and then we announce that the government is no longer shut down. It's going to be bullish here. It's a completely different sentiment than 2018 though, okay? Completely different sentiment. So now that we have that down here, we have a bit of an idea. The sentiment was completely different. One thing that I'm not gonna lie, I'll be honest with you guys. Now that I'm looking at markets here for this week, and what I'm looking to do, Dixie's looking bullish here. Very, very much bullish. More bullish than even I expected. Now, I obviously, I stated earlier this week, and you can go look at the videos, guys. Okay, I'm very transparent here. I'm always the one that's, you know, posting videos here, talking about what my thoughts are. Okay, I'm very transparent, guys. You can just go look at my freaking recordings here, and you can see what I predicted here. Okay, and one thing I'm a little bit worried about, I'm not going to lie to you, and this is what I said in the last call, was we broke structure here, we broke structure here, we broke structure here. Okay, and we respected structure here. That is very much bullish here for Dixie. Okay, now one thing I'm a little bit, I would say, enthusiastic about is that we do have a gap. We have to get that gap filled for sure here on the lower time frame here. That gap needs to get filled. Okay, so we are on internal structure. Let me look at internal. Okay, we are going to get that filled most likely. Okay, when? I can't tell you when, but most likely we got to get that filled here. Price for Dixie's got to come back down. Okay. Another thing that I could say is right now we are mitigating this zone. I will say that. But I'm seeing Dixie more bullish here. It's just breaking higher highs here. Okay. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Yeah, it broke this zone here, mitigated an indecision here at this zone here, but this thing still looks very much bullish here. It looks like it wants to break this zone here. Okay. And if that's the case, okay, we can kind of have a little bit of an idea or prediction on when exactly, or where exactly Dixie's going to go. And my prediction is still, okay, all the way up into this zone here. And now if I believe Dixie's bullish, more bullish than normal, that's not a good thing, guys. It's not a good thing, okay? It's a bad thing. We don't want to see Dixie bullish here. But again, we're going to see a lot of volatility here, guys, because of what? The government shutdown here. Okay, as long as we don't break this structural zone, okay, I'm still bullish on Dixie, bearish on markets. Now, if we start breaking to the downside here, or if we get one small close below here, okay, we're most likely going to come back down and markets are going to be very much bullish. So everything I said is going to be irrelevant, okay? It's hard to predict. I'm not going to lie to you guys. We don't have that much data. We're just going off of, if I don't have that much data, it's getting a lot harder for me to predict because I'm a very big data guy. I love fucking data. And the reason why is because it doesn't make me guess. I'm kind of guessing now because I don't have data, right? So if in my assumption here, the best way to buy would be like here into this zone. And then an area that I want to see maybe potentially some bearish movement for Dixie would be here. But right now I'm at a standstill here. I'm a little bit of a standstill. Okay, internal sells. That's what I'm looking at. Potential sell-off here, right, as we get here. And then just consolidation. Now, if we start breaking downward, we're going to see markets go to the upside here. Why are markets going up in a government shutdown? I can't freaking tell you. Now, what am I thinking here? I've been calling buys for S&P for a very long time. Call the buy here. So, what am I looking at next with S&P? You have wave 1, you have wave 2, you have kind of wave 3. Where do I comfortably see a buy? I comfortably see a buy here. I'm not looking for any buys unless I'm seeing internal buys around this zone. So for S&P, I'm not looking at any buys. I'm looking at buys here. Not looking at any other buys. One thing that worries me is that this right here is bullish order flow. What does bullish order flow usually mean? When you have very high retracements and very small impulse moves. What does it mean? It usually means it's bearish. Okay? Specifically here. I'm looking to see a turnaround here with markets. Now, as I'm looking at this here, if I start to see, okay, S&P break this zone here, I'm going to look for a retracement for a sell-off. And I'm looking at that sell-off to lead us here or lead us back to this zone here. Okay? That's what I'm looking for. So I'm more bearish on SPX than I am bullish here. Very much more bearish here. Okay? I'm really trying to fight this, guys. Okay. Any break below here or here means we're coming down here, guys. Okay? Just being honest with you guys. Nas is kind of telling me the same story here. If we break anything below this zone, we're done. I called buys here to this zone here. So everybody that's there should probably be taking profits here. I'm going to be taking profits soon with gold. We have any break below this zone here, we're probably coming back down to 24.22. Let's look at Russell here. Russell, same thing. Called the extension. Very simple. Right? Russell looks like it's more bullish than bearish. We're going to come back here. I would start looking for some... I'll look for internal buys or external buys here. Most likely here. Okay. This is interesting. Volatility continues to go up and break daily structure. On what? On S&P. It's a little bit of a divergence here, right? A move to the upside like that could be dangerous for S&P. It could mean what? A breakout to the downside. Gold volatility, wow. I need gold volatility to break here. If we break that and we're going towards this zone, that means we're all-time highs still. 10-year yield, I'm going to be looking at the 10-year yield right now. Increasing. Did it break structure? Okay. Why is that not good? This is bad. When the 10-year yield starts to go to the upside, it's bearish for markets. We get a break here. If we start to get a break, external sells above this zone, we're coming back here for sure. Okay. Let me look at... So yeah, this isn't good. This is actually very bearish if we start to see breaks here and here for 10-year yields. My back is fucking killing me, bro. My thoughts on gold. Let's go over gold. And then I'm going to head out here. I'm going to end this one early, guys. I'm sorry. Okay? I am going to end this one early. Just a little bit, okay? Trying to feel better, but... Okay. My thoughts with gold here. We're headed to the 2.16. My theory here. We've closed above 1.82. If we close above 2 today with this government shutdown, we're going to the 2.168, which is a very big extension level. Most likely. Now, going off of previous zones here, that area also aligns with the 2.414 area as well. Then you should see some sort of retracement. I'm going to start taking profits here. I'll be okay. It'll be like 14, 15K. I don't need anything else. In terms of mitigations here, one area I could see gold pull back is going to be here for sure. Some internal buys around this zone. This area here gives me a lot of perspective. Not perspective, but a little insight here. The problem here is this is very clean. This is clean market structure. When you have clean market structure like this, it means that a pullback is going to be very difficult. It's not going to be that imminent because this is very clean buying. There's a lot of clean buying going on. There's no imbalances. Like, you know, a lot of people trade fair value gaps or whatever. This, you could say, is one. But, I mean, you get to the 1 hour, man, there's some clean areas of entry. So, these clean areas of entry are going to give us the pullback here. But trying to catch this, and trying to catch the top and try to sell it is like trying to catch a runaway train. I wouldn't do it. The only thing I'm going off of right now is fib extensions, and fib extensions telling me 39.86. Next buying opportunity will be back here and back here. If you miss the train, you miss the train. Gold futures, same thing. GU, let's look at GU here. Okay, I haven't even traded GU in a long time here. So let's actually mark this up and look at this here. Looks actually more bullish than bearish, but I don't really like it. Yeah, I don't really know about GU. GU's increasing because Dixie's going to the I'm gonna avoid GU. USD CAD, all profits. Good to go. USD CAD looks like actually another buy is imminent right here at this zone that I marked up. This is order flow. So I'm looking for buys on USD CAD here. This is consistent order flow. We're going to have one more extension to the upside here for USD CAD. GU looks ugly. I don't want to trade GU. Let's look at Bitcoin here. Bitcoin went exactly where we said it was going to go. I called some all-time highs here last week. I said, hey, if we break this, we're going to all-time highs, and we did. Kind of crazy how we called the bottoms here. Fucking nuts. Okay, what's my thoughts? My thoughts, every time Bitcoin's broken an all-time high, it's always retraced about 10 to 20%. So the only area of indecision that I see probably be here. So I'd want to look at this area. And then this area. And that's external structure. My back is killing me, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go. Pyth looks good. Jupiter looks okay. Let's look at our MSRT trades. You see that, man? Look at that, man. Catch an MSRT at the low. Can you believe that shit? I got back in. Nvidia. Nvidia's okay. I caught Nvidia back in April. Let's look at Coinbase. Who's sitting happy right now? Who's sitting happy right now, guys, at Coinbase? 28%? Come on, man. Come on, bro. Coinbase, easy buy. Gyro, let me know if you're still in that Coinbase buy. You're feeling great right now. You're feeling freaking great. All right, guys. This sums it up. I'm going to be trading live tomorrow morning. I'll be trading either indices or trading, Forex tomorrow, whichever makes the most sense, to be honest. Stocks are going crazy right now, so appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I will talk to y'all soon here. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Okay.